Ah, Vienna. In most cases, this city is freezing cold, and this is why chamber music originated here, because everyone wanted to go inside and avoid being outside in the cold. However, I happen to be here on the hottest day of the year, on the one day of the year that it's actually over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and so I can't enjoy myself as much as I would on a cold day. But nonetheless, I'm here in Vienna, and this is a big cathedral, and welcome to Vienna. Okay.
In this episode of Nathaniel Beardsley Earth, we'll be watching the world roll by from the top of a bus, finding evidence that unicorns do exist, and taking a walk down quiet little streets. To start off my day, I enjoy a lovely quintessentially Viennese breakfast, and then I'm on my way. A bus tour is a great way to get an overview of the whole city. Vienna is absolutely filled with gazillions of old buildings, and if you tried to see them all, you would probably be lying on your deathbed before you could do so, so I'm not even going to attempt it.
Here we are at the famous Fountain 1452, otherwise known as generic Viennese fountain. In another city, where there weren't many fountains, we would stop and stare at this fountain for 3 hours, because of all the statuary on it. However, since we are in Vienna and there is an abundance of statues on practically every street corner, we're just going to ignore this fountain and walk right by.
The Glockenfehel, though lame compared to the one in Munich, is also a very popular tourist attraction.
And here we are at the lovely Glockenfehel. In all the 300-year history of this clock, it has done amazing stuff every time, every hour. However, we are witnessing the one time in its 300-year history that the Glockenfehel has failed.
After staring at one of the largest cathedrals in all of Eastern Europe, I decided to take a walk down some quiet little streets to get a more quintessential feel of Vienna.
Here I am at the Schönlandgasse. This is a quiet little street near the edge of town that nobody really goes to. And Schönlandgasse means street of the beautiful lantern. And this beautiful lantern is a little ways down the street this way, so I'm going to show you the Schönlandgasse, after which this gasse is.
And here it is, the Schönlantern itself in all its beautiful and wonderful glory. See the decorative, amazing designs on it, carved intricately, and it even lights up at night.
And here is the lovely Figelmüller sign. See, it says Zum Figelmüller, which means to Figelmüller. Figelmüller is a wonderful restaurant where you can get traditional Viennese food. And this Viennese food consists of Wiener Schnitzel and all this other sorts of classical stuff. And Figelmüller is a very traditional Viennese restaurant. And we are going to go to that restaurant right now. And so here I am at Figelmüller. This is a lovely little restaurant where people get various things. Okay. So here I am inside the Figelmüller restaurant with my lovely Wiener Schnitzel. This schnitzel has won many awards in the past, and it's probably one of the best schnitzels that you can get in Vienna, Austria, even though schnitzel doesn't come from Austria. I came from Italy, the Viennese come to America today. But anyway, this is a delicious schnitzel that I'm going to eat.
The next day, I decided to take a tour of the lovely Schloss Palace.
I've been here in Vienna for quite a few days now, and so far all I've learned is that everything here looks like Schloss. For example, behind me is the Schloss Palace, where the castle is. That is the Schloss. So that's pretty much all I know
As can be seen from all the ridiculously rich and expensive stuff inside of the Habsburgs family treasury, then you can tell that the Habsburgs were ridiculously rich and famous people. They delighted in wearing expensive clothes, holding swords, and looking at tapestries. This is the world-renowned crib of the Habsburg family. Another interesting fact about the Habsburgs was that they were strong believers that unicorns existed, as can be seen by certain artifacts in their treasury. This right here is a unicorn horn. This is a bowl which unicorns drank out of. And this magical gem is a unicorn vessel. The unicorns would shrink themselves magically and then hop inside this vessel in order to be transported from one place to another.
An interesting fact about unicorns is that although they have one horn, unicorn actually means one corn, because they only eat one piece of corn. In fact, many objects that we use still today originated from the unicorns.
Take, for instance, the sword. Although this may look like an ordinary sword with its ornate designs and Habsburg stuff, this is actually an Ankhorn sword, a unicorn horn sword, as can be seen from this unicorn horn. The sword was inspired by the unicorn horn. After leaving the Habsburgs family treasury, I decided to go to the Kunsthistorisches Museum.
So here I am in the Kunsthistorisches Museum. This is a quiet little museum with lots of nice pictures that you can look at. And like, take this painting for instance. It's called Gloomy Bay. It's very gloomy. And that's pretty much everything in the Kunsthistorisches Museum.
After looking around for a little while more in the Kunsthistorisches Museum, I decided to leave and go to the world-renowned Habsburg Family Library of Ablain. This library is huge and is in fact one of the biggest in the world. And believe me, this library has no shortage of books, I can assure you of that, and secret passages inside bookshelves and murals on the ceiling.
So, finally, the conclusion that can be drawn from going to Vienna is that Vienna is a nice town, full of lots and lots of people. I'm Nathaniel Beardsley, and until next time, keep on traveling.
Action!
Rick Steves can't worry about that.
You know what?
Yeah! I guess.